What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's going on, Ken? What's up,
What's
brother?
up? TJIF.
Yes, sir.
Another
TGIF.
Friday. Another Friday. Another Friday.
Yeah. Ooh. Getting that with the music.
Yeah, we got some
I like
good
that.
background music.
Good
yeah.
vibes. Some good vibes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Welcome everybody to REI Happy Hour. Every single Friday we get on here real quick on Facebook, on the Campus Capital Group page to talk a little bit about the real estate market and of course, nice and chill, having a drink. So welcome everyone to REI Happy Hours. If you are on the chat, please let us know. Hit us up with a shout out. Hit us up with what you guys are drinking right now for happy hour, joining us right now. And obviously, any questions you may have. We have a pretty interesting topic today. We're going to be talking a little bit in regards to the challenges in the market, right? One big thing about getting into this business of investing in real estate is sometimes there's a lot of challenges that comes with it. It's not an easy task. If it was easy and this lucrative, everybody would be doing it. So,
Very true.
We're going to be going over a few of these challenges. So, of course, we wanted to first of all present ourselves. My name is Danny Campos from Campos Capital Group here in the Atlanta office with my man
Ken Board. I'm over here in Charlotte, North Carolina, representing. So,
nice.
like it down here in sunny Charlotte because it's been sunny and hot for like 2 weeks now.
It's been too hot over here. It's been too hot. It's definitely coming up. How they call it, Hotlanta is. It's I can definitely feel it, especially these couple of days.
You guys get a lot of humidity, right?
Yeah, right now it's big time. Right now it's big time. Yeah,
that's the worst part.
Right, exactly. The humidity, right? Going outside and just
heat.
Feeling like you're soaking wet within like the first 2 minutes. Like, what is going on here? But thank you everybody for coming on here. You had Lewis last week, right? From our Houston, Texas office.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was holding down the fort, and we just went over basic lending highway stuff and
oh, cool.
Talked about CCG, something we haven't done in a while, right? So I figured now in the Blue Moon we should focus back on that. But that's what we did.
Nice. Yeah, I'm actually very excited about lending highway. How much we've like boomed in the last couple of weeks with lending highway. A lot of investors are bringing in their cash because it's just sitting down in the bank just doing nothing, or they want to get into the business. Like I had one gentleman hitting me up in regards to it. He wants to get into the business, want to learn how to invest in real estate, but right now he just does not have the time. He doesn't have the team to be able to get it done, but he still wants to learn. And I told him, lending highway is an amazing way to do it because you're actually like back scene looking at everything that's going on the deal, and your money is making money. So it's not just sitting there making 0.5 or I don't know what they pay nowadays. So
yeah, it's pretty low. I mean, it's better than that now, but it's still nothing compared to what you could get at lending highway. That's for sure.
Yep, exactly. So pretty excited about that. But yeah. Oh, well, there it is, lending highway.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Go ahead, Kat.
Our producer is right where she needs to be, putting it right up there. That's very nice. But yeah, lending highway is a great tool to diversify your portfolio if you need to. If you got money in a bunch of different places and you're looking to to put money somewhere else to earn some good returns, it's great. You're looking at minimum risk. There is nothing more stable than real estate when it comes to our lovely United States of America, right? Are there ups and downs? Of course there is. But when you look at the ups and downs of the stock market compared to the real estate, it's a lot more gradual in real estate. This is the roller coaster of, the stock market. But when it comes to, real estate, it's a lot less. So your security is good. Your property, you still own it, even if the price goes down a little bit. So that's awesome. The one big thing with us, there's a lot of capital funds out there, right? There's tons for all different types of industries. It could be, there's ones for technology, there's ones for software, there's one for utilities. But for real estate, the greatest thing is for us with Lending Highway is we don't have any fees, no fees. Okay, a lot of people, they're going to charge a managing fee. They're going to charge yearly fees. We're also not going to have long hold periods. Most of these capital funds, they want you to keep their money with them for 5 to 7 years. Now, we would like that. And I think once you see your return, you're going to be compelled to do the same thing, but we're not going to force you to do it, right? That's going to be the biggest difference. So if you do have an emergency or something coming up, once your money is not being worked in a project, you could grab some or, a portion of it or whatever you need. You could still do that. So it's an awesome thing. And like Danny said, the coolest thing is if you were even just thinking about getting into the real estate game when it comes to investing, this is a great way to earn some revenue, right? Earn some returns. But you can pay attention to what you could be as involved as you want. You could get pictures of the before and after. You'll be able to see the numbers of the deal and the margins and the return on your investment. You're going to be able to see all of that. So you could be very involved, or you could be someone that just sits back and says, I just want to see that paycheck every month. I don't care about anything. So it just depends. But if you're looking to get into it, this is a great way. And look at those rates. Come on.
Amazing.
Are you going to get those rates anywhere?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And actually, I'm gonna correct this. Those rates are actually now incorrect. The rates are better than that. Okay,
that's very true.
We're going up to 10. We're going up to 10.5% on those higher tiers. So we're starting at 50,000 now, not 75. So the rates have changed a little bit, but it's a great way to make a good return. If you got money to sit in the bank doing pretty much nothing. We all are feeling the effects of inflation right now, and we all know inflation's at like 7%. I think actually at one point, don't quote me on it, but it's been going up and down a little bit from 7 to 8%. This puts you right at it or right above inflation. That means you're making true returns. Okay, if you're making 1%, but inflation is 7%, you're not making money. You're not really truly making any returns off of that. You might think you are, but you're really not, because if inflation is higher than what your return is, you're not making nothing. But anyways, I could do the same thing we did last week and do almost half a show on Lending Highways. I'm not going to do that. But anyways,
I appreciate it,
just
man.
wanted to talk about that quickly.
Thank you for sharing that. I think it's very, very useful, and I know a lot of clients, a lot of people that listening in, maybe watching this later on, can see that there's a huge benefit. And please let us know if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them. But yeah, amazing. All right, man. I think we actually skipped like one of the best parts of the show, bro.
Oh, we're not gonna skip it. We're gonna still do it.
I feel like I'm like, wait, what happened? Like I'm already sipping too. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm already sipping.
I'll
go first. I'll go first.
What we do every Friday?
So sharing out what we're drinking for happy hour. So what I'm doing today is a Tito's Dirty Martini. So that's what I'm drinking today.
Is that the one that you put into with vermouth? You add vermouth in it? Okay.
Vermouth and olive juice. And the more olive juice, the dirtier the martini.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah. That's what the dirty martini means. You're getting more olive juice than normal, I guess, so to speak.
Wow.
And I like the olive juice, so I could have put more olive juice in it, really.
Not an olive fan, but I guess I don't like it too dirty. So I keep it real simple. I'm a big seltzer fan. I don't know about you, man, but I can do seltzers all day.
I can't, man.
You can't do seltzers? No way. Get out of here. I don't know.
I mean, I'll have one if someone handed me one, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get one.
Well, I got Topo Chico. I don't know if you heard this one yet.
Is that the one with tequila?
Well, they do have a margarita one, but this one is just a regular sparkling water with strawberry guava.
Okay.
100 calories, so works on my diet, so that's a good thing.
There you go. Watching your figure.
2 grams of sugar. Trying to stay thin. You know what I'm saying? So good stuff.
Nice.
All right. Awesome. Well, people, let us know what you're drinking. If you're joining us right now on Happy Hour, REI Happy Hour, let us know what you're drinking with us. Let us know where you're listening from. And also, I think the biggest thing out of this episode we want to take, we want everyone to really take away is what's your biggest challenges when it comes to investing in real estate. We're gonna talk about a few of those. I think the biggest thing about that is that you need to know, um, you need to be prepared to get into this business if you haven't started yet. If you have been in the business, the market changes, the business changes. So you need to be ready. So when the change comes, you know exactly what to do. You're ready. You're prepared for it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. There's a few other tips that we would definitely want to cover. So I'm going to take. I'm going to speak about a few pointers that I think are very helpful for investors. Ken as well, and guys, like we see this every day with all our clients, all our investors. So we love to share the experiences with you guys. Um,
Yeah.
Francisco, welcome, saludos. He said, "Where's the tequila?" How the fuck, Francisco? Not yet.
Uh,
Plus, I can't.
no
do
tequila today.
No,
Not
no
for me, at
tequila.
least.
No. All right. So one of the biggest challenges that I think that we see a lot of people like kind of crash, and they're like, you know what, this is not for me. I can't do this. Is when you look at what are the upfront costs, what is the capital you need to have, what is the savings you need to have when you start, right? A big thing about it, especially when you are looking for funding, looking for hard money, looking for some private money. In most cases, and when if you first time investor, you're gonna have to have a good amount of capital. Why? The biggest reason why is because all the lenders, they feel a lot more comfortable to be able to lend more, charge less when they see that you have some experience, when you've been through the headaches, when you've been through, the ups and downs of each fix and
Yeah.
flip, or each purchase and rehab. You've been through them, so they're like, you know what, this person looks like. I mean, at this point, they should know what they're doing. You know, we could lend a little bit more. So what happens in the beginning is like, man, you have to come up with all this capital. So yeah, definitely. I think one of the biggest challenges that I see a lot with a lot of my clients. I had one call me yesterday. Ah, I'm like, her energy, her motivation, like she sees our lives. She's probably seeing it today. She sees our lives all the time, every single week, and she goes through different classes. She takes different Zoom classes to try to get some more education and knowledge on how to start. And then I asked her. So, man, at this point, I'm like, this girl is ready.
Yeah.
So, how much you have saved up, liquid cash in your accounts? She said $3,000. I feel so bad when she said $3,000. I'm like, it's like heartbreaking, right? Like, you wish they were like, oh yeah, I got like a good 40,000. That's great. It's a good start. It's an amazing start.
Sorry, yeah.
So that's the biggest thing, when you're looking into investing, you want to have some good capital. There's different things you need to look at: down payment, closing costs, your reserves. You need to start the project. There's maintenance expenses, your water, your electrical bill. There's taxes, insurance. So there's gonna be some costs in the beginning. Sometimes, I don't know about you, Ken, but I don't know if you see any videos where sometimes some people that try to motivate other investors, and they're like, you don't need no cash to start. You can start today to invest in real estate. I'm like, where'd you get this from?
Yeah. In a perfect world, in a perfect
Right.
situation, you know the right people. Yeah, because
There's
you're not gonna do
ways.
it by
There's
yourself.
ways. You're right.
You're not doing it by yourself at that point. You're bringing on the JV partner. You're bringing on another
Correct.
partner. You're bringing on other investors, and then you're splitting the ROI in those
Right.
deals. So yes, are there ways? Yes, there
Absolutely.
are. But
Absolutely.
all the stars have to align perfectly for that to happen.
Exactly. So, like, one biggest thing I tell a lot of my clients, and this is exactly the conversation I had with this young lady yesterday. I told her, to be honest, like, those $3,000 is not going to get her anywhere. Like, I was very upfront. You really need to have some more savings. And she did tell me a story that she had some money saved up and something happened. But I told her there's ways that you can actually start now, and it's get a, like you just said right now, get another partner where you can JV with.
Yeah.
Um, and one thing that I tell a lot of my clients that I actually have seen it work so many times is putting it on Facebook, putting it on your WhatsApp, putting it on all your social media, putting on an email, like your signature email. I am an investor. We just I am an investor. Was that 4 words?
Yeah.
4 words. I am an investor.
Yeah, 4 words. Yeah.
With just those 4 words, you never know what you can get from that. You never know what you can get from that. I've had clients that actually have done that. They've actually actually put that on their statuses. And because they have done that, people have called them, people have asked questions, they're interested, so it's just putting the word out there, and there's ways where you can actually try to gain some capital in the beginning, which is very important, especially if you don't have it. But for those who have it, guess what? That's one challenge you actually are able to get over, especially to start off an investor. So that's mine to start with. Cam, what you got?
I have a few, and I'm still it's funny you're talking. I'm still figuring out which one I want to talk about first. But I'm just gonna go right into. I want to do market research. Okay, and I know that's a very broad, topic, but I think the biggest thing I want to say to start the conversation is, like and I'm gonna go back to what you said. You see these videos and these, all these, very experienced, people talking about investing. They make it sound really easy, but the market research part, and research in general, it's going to take up a lot of time, right? You got to really get your numbers right. So you have to invest a lot of time on properties that you might not get, right?
Yeah.
You might not win the bid. Maybe you'll find out you're not going to be able to afford, whatever it might be. But you have to do all this research, and sometimes you're going to have to fail 10 times before you get it. So there's a lot of time that goes involved. So, what is market research, right? It's geographical, right? So what areas do you want to invest in? What is a good area that wherever your scenario is financially, experience, whatever it might be, where is a good area that you're going to get good rate on return, where you're going to get, properties for a good value. So you have to find that out first. So then you have to, once you kind of have an idea of what geographical region of the country, state that you want to do it in, then comes finding the properties, getting online, driving around, finding the neighborhoods that are hot, which ones are cold, which ones do you not want to, touch. You got to do all that. And then once you find it, then you got to start looking at comps. You got to start looking at, okay, how much am I going to be able to, if I'm going to rehab this property, how much am I going to be able to get, and what is my rate of return going to be? And then taking all your expenses out and finding out what your actual profit is going to be and what money you're going to actually make. Like, there's a lot of market research and research in general that goes into it. So you have to be ready and prepared, self-motivated and pumped up to be able to do these things, right? Like you have to be ready, and you have to be pumped up enough to know it might not go your way the first couple times, right?
Yeah, make that decision.
You might do all you might put all this investing, all this time into something, and maybe you lose out on the bid. Maybe you talk to a lender like us and we do the numbers and our numbers just don't make sense, or whatever it might be. So market research is a huge thing, and I'm kind of bulking research in general into that too, because what other research is there? You have to research, who your network is going to be, right? You're going to have to research, okay, now that I'm researching the house and the property, so now I'm not even at the market level, I'm at the property level. How much rehab is going to cost? What's going to have to be done with that house? You have to come out with, line items, very detailed with prices. You have to figure out exactly how much it's going to cost. So there is a lot that goes into it.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to tell people that, this is easy. You rehab a house for $40,000, you're going to make, a 50% profit. Like, yeah, can you? It happens all the time, actually. You can make very good profit, but you got to do a lot of work to get there. So
Absolutely.
I think market research is a huge thing. So researching the district or the region, researching the property, researching when it comes to what you're going to have to do with rehab, and then the last thing is researching. If you don't already have a team, if you're new, if you're lucky enough and you're experienced, for the experienced investors out there, you most likely already have a general contractor. You most likely already have a realtor or a wholesaler, or you have a team, a lender. You already have a team of people. For the newbies out there, that's more research you got to do. Mm-hmm. You got to find a qualified, trustable general contractor, lender, wholesaler, real estate agent, title company. You got to find. There's a lot of research involved and a lot of relationship building when it comes to that. So,
absolutely, man. I think that's a great point. And let me ask you something. Do you have sometimes get some clients where even they ask you like, hey, how much is the market rent for this? How much is the ARV for this? How much do you think I should spend in the rehab? Do you have people ask you to like pretty much do their research?
I have had people do it, but there's only certain things I'll do.
Exactly.
Because if I'm wrong,
right, that's the thing.
Like, I'm not gonna. I don't want to be held responsible for something, right? Like I'm an expert
on the lending side.
In lending, right?
Exactly.
I haven't walked the house.
Right.
I haven't done any of that. You
probably don't live in Oklahoma.
I mean, I could probably probably the thing I might be a little bit comfortable, and I will tell them this is not guaranteed. I will always say that first. I'll probably be able to help maybe with the value.
Yeah.
Because I can look up comps, right?
Correct.
And I can give an estimated thing. But when it comes to the rehab, I am not touching it. I mean, I have not walked the house. I am not a general contractor. I am not doing that.
And that's, again, it's part of the challenges that that each investor needs to make sure they take care of on their own. Even when I tell them, look, if I tell you X, Y, and Z, go back and do your own research just to make sure that you personally looked it up. All right, I feel comfortable with this. Let's make this happen this way. But it's very important for every investor on their own for each project to do their own diligence, due diligence, just to make sure that they are actually have the numbers, they have the actual property that they're going to be able to invest in, and know that they are going to have their good return of investment. But very crucial what you said, there's so much research that is behind it that you need to get done. You can't expect the lender, the real estate agent, your wife, your neighbor to get that done for you. You can't. It has to come from you doing your own research, doing your own due diligence. So, great topic, great challenge there, man. I have one that's pretty small, but I feel like it's still a part of it. What has to do with property management? Now, property management, why can that be a challenge? Oh, if you're actually buying a property for a fix and flip, you're purchasing a property as a rental property, especially as a rental property, you need to make sure you have a good property management company. Absolutely. But even let's say if it's a flip, why would I need a property manager for it? Well, you want to make sure that you're on top of your project. You're on top of even if you're not, especially if you're not the contractor, right? If you're not the contractor, you want to make sure you're on top of it. So that's time consuming, financially consuming too. So you need to take all that into consideration when it comes to, purchasing your property, your investment property. You want to make sure that you're covering all your bases, even when it comes to managing that property. If it's a flip, there's things you need to be taking care of during the project, right? If it's a rental property, there's obviously a lot of more involved, making sure that you're taking care of that property. The tenants, if something is happening with the property, they need to go and get, a light bulb change or whatever. Hopefully they don't call you just for a light bulb, but things like that. Like you need to make sure you're on top of it, right? As a property management, It's time consuming, it's demanding. You're dealing with tenants, the maintenance. There's administration tasks that needs to get done, and so all of that needs to be taken into consideration when you're looking at a project. Don't a lot of my clients, they're like, especially if they're going for like a DSCR program, right? They're buying a property, it's going to be a rental property, and I'm like, hey, your payment's going to be $900. Great. What's the market rate in the area? Oh, they brought it back at me. They're like, hey, I looked it up. A realtor looked it up. It's $1,600. That's great. That's $700 cash flow. Perfect. All right. And that's it. They're like, great, good, let's do it. I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, taking consideration, you're gonna have now some property management fees. You need to make sure you have that there is going to be you're administrating the property, and there's going to be some fees involved with that you need to take care of. So all of that is very important to make sure that it is challenging, but if you take in consideration from the beginning, you'll be fine. But just it's like, that's why I said from the beginning, it's a small challenge, but it needs to be thought about, just to make sure that you cover your bases. Jasmine, what's up, girl? Welcome to REI Happy Hour. What are you drinking, girl?
Hey, Jasmine.
What are you drinking? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who's logged in with us right now, that are joining us right now on REI Happy Hour. We are covering a few topics in regards to the challenges in real estate investing. We already talked about how much, the funding you need, right? The capital you need, the cash up front for the different costs that you have in purchasing a property. Ken talked about making sure you do your diligence and you do your market research. I just spoke about property management. That's another challenge. So, Ken, I know you have one more before we head out. You have one more to talk about?
Yeah, I do. But really quick, I want to give a little thing out there, and a lot of the investors might already do this. You were talking about the expense of property management and changing a light bulb and all that stuff, right? No, but what I've seen in some of these new contracts, and maybe everybody's doing it. I don't know, because I'm not I just don't know. But I did see a contract that I thought was pretty cool. They put in the contract, I think it was $200. It might have been $200 to $300. Any kind of maintenance on the property, like if you're a renter, any kind of maintenance on the property that's under, I'm just gonna say $300, they're responsible for it.
Wow.
So like small things.
Very nice.
Because let's be realistic. There's a lot of things that can be done in the house.
Right.
Maybe like some caulking is coming bad. You got to recaulk. That's not going to be a lot, right? So you could put like a $200 buffer. Say, hey, anything, I'll still send someone out, right? But if it's
coming out of your rent,
if it's 200 or less, you're responsible.
Coming out of your pocket.
So you could put a clause or an amendment or whatever you would call it. I don't know, but you could put something in there. I'm
pretty sure that has that, and this again goes with what you just said right now, doing your market analysis, right? Or your market research, making sure that if it's a great market or a huge demand for renting, those areas are really good for that, because people they want to rent those places, they want to rent those houses, especially if you have something beautiful that you just put so much work into it, completely updated. Man, that's a great clause to have on your renter, on your lease agreement. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. I just thought about that when you were talking, so I thought I would just put that in there really quick. So
nice.
I'm going to talk about competition.
Ooh.
So competition is huge, right? And then again, every market is different, so it matters where you're at. So obviously, if you're closer to a metropolitan area, like I'm in Charlotte. I used to live near DC in the GWA, in Virginia. That's really competitive. I mean, when I talk, they're still bidding on houses like crazy. Like, it's ridiculous. And they're still paying 50, 100,000 over asking price, even in this market with interest rates being high. So it all depends where you are. So if you're an investor, seasoned or new, whatever it is, you have to think about your competition, because you already know what your margins, right? If you did your research and your market research,
right,
you've done everything, right? and you know what you could buy this house for, right? You know what your leverage is going to be when it comes to bidding or putting a contract on a house. And right away, if you know there's going to be a bunch of bidders, you know what your max is. Of course, you should bid on it, but just be prepared that there's a good chance you might not get the house, right? But that's one big thing. I have clients all the time, and Danny, I know you have them. I know all the loan officers have them, where you give the pricing. Actually, I just I have plenty of clients where I've done probably 10 to 15 pricings, and they still haven't gotten their first house. But guess where they are? They're in Northern Virginia, next to DC, and it's very competitive. And I've told them maybe to adjust or transition, maybe to start thinking of other areas. Now, I'm not saying they got to go across the country, right? But maybe other localized areas where they feel comfortable, maybe like Pennsylvania or North Carolina or West Virginia, Tennessee. So to stay somewhat geographical, but to maybe look at other areas. I mean, I have some loyal clients that are here in North Carolina, and they're investing in smaller towns. They're not rural because they're in the population segment of that town, but they have their niche area, and they're doing, like, they're just killing it. Like, when I mean killing it, I mean they're killing it. They're getting houses for less than 200, sometimes duplexes, quadplexes for less than 200, and their market rents, they're able to rent each unit for like 1,200 to 1,500, and their mortgage is like less than 1,000. like you gotta find. I know it's easy, even for newbies. I know it's easy to be like, I want to do it, but I'm new, so I want to be in my area, and that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, right? But does it make sense for your with the competition you have? And are you going to struggle to get a bid or win a bid or to get a house because there's all these other investors or just new home buyers or people moving to the area, whatever it might be, that are doing things? So you gotta be able to be flexible in your market and maybe move to another market. Find a market that makes sense. Do research on not just the market you're in, but do research on other markets that are close by and see maybe if you could transition over to there. And then when it comes to your competition, what can help you win a bid, even though maybe you're tight on maybe being able to go up too much, right? Maybe you can only raise the bid 20 grand, right? And you don't, and that's actually a significant amount, but just say your max is 20, but you have a feeling people are going to do 30, 35, and you know you can't do that. You got to find other ways to make your bid look appealing. And a couple of them are, okay, how much cash down are you going to put? How fast can you close? Right? Because those are going to make a difference. So it just depends. So it just depends on how can you help yourself against that competition to make yourself stand out. Even if your bid is 5,000, let's be real. If your bid is 5,000 less than somebody else, but it's going to take them a month to close, but you could close in a week or 10 days or less, you might still win that bid.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So you just got to kind of figure out how you're going to juggle that and do it. So there's a lot that goes into the competition.
You got to know your competition.
Yeah, you got to know your competition.
You got to know them.
And like Charlotte right now, okay, Charlotte is one of the hottest cities. I mean, the state in general is very hot in the country. There is tons of investors here. It's not just people. I think that we went to this when we first moved down here 3 months ago, we went to this chamber event in actual uptown Charlotte, and it was hosted by Bank of America, and they had the director of the SBA there, and he gave some figures. There's 80 households moving here every day.
Ooh.
Every day.
Jeez.
That's a lot of people. So you're not only competing against investors, you're competing against all these people moving to the area.
Right, exactly.
So you got to know your competition, right? You got to know what's going on. Again, I can go back to market research. You got to know your market research. They all correlate. They all come together in a lot of ways. So, but anyways, I can keep talking. But, I just wanted to kind of give an idea.
That's a great one because I feel like I get that all the time. You know, I can't start. I always put all these offers in. I always, they always beat me. There's too much competition here. You just laid some great facts on that. I think knowing your competition, seeing what other ways. The price is not always the way to actually win it. The price is not always the way to win it. And so I think once you learn your competition, you learn your market, you're able to see which ways you can actually go around your competition and actually get it done. So amazing challenge there that I think everyone needs to know ahead of time before they actually get into the business. So again, if you just joined us, we were sharing some thoughts on the different challenges of investing in real estate. Obviously, there's so many more that we wanted to cover, but the time doesn't give us enough. We don't have enough time for it, but we could probably share this in another episode. Let us know if you like these. If you definitely like this topic, let us know on the chat. Let us know. Post a story. Post us on Facebook. Comment later on. Let us know if this is a great topic. If you want to hear some more about it, more about all these challenges, because we can definitely throw roses in the air and be like, this is such a beautiful business to be in. And be like, oh my God, I make thousands of dollars a month, but it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. We rather give you the upfront challenges of the business. So this way, when you're up against these challenges, you kind of could go back and be like, wait, I heard about this one. I think there's a way I can actually go around this. I can actually beat this, get over this challenge. Yep. And that's what it's all about.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's plenty, like anything, right? If everything was easy, everyone would be doing it. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's in real estate, whether it's IT, whether, whatever it is. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right?
Yeah.
But the bottom of this, there's plenty of money to be made in real estate. It is the American dream. When it full out, like get it on, do what you got to do, work hard, put the time in, and you could be very successful. So anybody could do it. It's just about putting the time in and doing what you need to do and getting the right network and getting, a team of people around you to help you, to be there with you, to partner with you. And as long as you have that, you will be successful. But like anything, nothing's easy. Hard work and determination will definitely, get you there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing on these challenges is, remember, is it easy to get around it? Is it easy to come by these challenges and win some great offers? Absolutely. You just have to have some careful planning. Make sure you're financially ready and have a deep understanding of your market. Once you have a lot of these things done, boom, that's it. You're gonna go, and then call Campus Capital Group, Danny, your boy Ken. We'll make it happen.
Definitely.
I just got a little jersey right there. Hold on. My jersey came out. Let me slow down. Julia, saludos. Welcome, Julia. Thank you for joining us on our happy hour. Juan, all the way from Jersey. Greetings, brother. Cesar.
Dirty Jersey in the house.
Charlotte. The man from Charlotte. Cesar, thank you for joining us as well. And Lorena Morales. Most of the apartments are about $2,000 a month. Yeah. There's some good money to be made in rental properties for sure. But yeah, if you definitely like the topics we had today, please let us know in the comments. If you see this video later on in the future, please make sure to comment. Let us know what you think about the topics. Ken, it was a pleasure, brother. Hope you have a great weekend. You have
a good Friday.
Yes, sir. Any last words?
No, man. We will have just for next week. We do have a guest, Teresa McLeod. She is a title attorney, so she is a attorney escrow.
Some good topics right there.
She services the GWA, so Virginia, DC and Maryland. She's been a very good partner. I've known her from my last job. Plus, she has passed along some business, so she knows what she's doing. She could do straight commercial, and she could do residential. So she knows her stuff. So she'll be a good guest if you guys want to come on, have any questions. Definitely do it and join us next Friday.
Awesome, man. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. Remember, REI Happy Hour just to grab a drink, talk about the market, just ask some questions. Pretty chill, and just get ready for the weekend. Thank you, everybody. You have a good one.